welcome you to Makeup Tales from the Trailer. I'm just kidding. Well, sort of. I guess I'm going to be talking, so I don't know what kind of tales I'm going to tell, but I am so excited to be here at camp. As you know, if you've been around for a while, this is my absolute favorite place in the world, and my heart and soul are just so happy here, and so I look forward to this so much every year. And I hope the lighting will be okay because I can't find the extension cord that I usually use to plug in for my tripod so that I have a little bit of a ring light, but we're just gonna roll with it. It's gonna be how it is, so hopefully you don't mind. So yes, here I am at camp. We come up early every year because we like to just have a few days of quiet before things get rolling. Now you will be seeing in my vlog from camping that things did not start out quite as we had hoped, but they're okay now. So I think everything's okay. I think we'll find out for sure as time goes, but as of right now they seem fine. So yeah, so I am just excited to be here. It is like just a giant exhale that happens when I get here, and I absolutely love it. Now I brought all of my LA Girl palettes, which I think these are the same ones I brought last year. I just really like them, and I figured why not. Let's see, I have blue on today. I know there's blue in this one. I like to do kind of like basically a neutral look, but then like a pop with one of the blues along the lower lash line, and so that's kind of what I'm going to be using today. And not kind of what I'm going to be using. Do any of you do that too? Like, especially if you have a channel, say like basically or whatever. No, not basically, it is what I'm doing, or like kind of what I'm going to be doing. No, it is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I don't know why I do that. Who knows? But armed with coffee because you know, I have my air off to be recording this, so it's not loud. So we'll see how hot it is, because I know right now it's like 82 out. So, but I had it running, so I'm feeling like maybe I'll be okay for the amount of time that I'm going to do this. So what to talk to you guys about? Let me just say there's been a whole heck of a lot going on in our lives right now. As you know, if you've been around. Hi, my name's Danielle. If you're brand new here, welcome. I'm not usually in my travel trailer, but that's where we are right now because I'm at camp. But my oldest son is 24. His name is Gavin, and he is getting married August 19th to his girlfriend of over 9 years, Noelle, and we absolutely adore her. She's felt like a daughter-in-law for years and years at this point anyway, so this is just making it official. But we are very excited about that, and they are getting their ceremony, and the reception is actually at my mom and dad's house because my mom and dad have a beautiful log home and a lot of property, and so they are getting married there, which makes it extra special because it's just, you know, kind of cool to be, you know, in a family place. So we are very excited about that. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just, I think I'm not gonna like show you what I'm doing because it's kind of far away, I think, and who cares? So you'll just see what I do as I do. I mentioned in the like day in my camper or whatever I'm gonna title it, that I use a paper towel, and I use the same one every day. I just keep it in my makeup bag that I put underneath my eyes when I'm putting my shimmer on so that it doesn't get all over my face. So that is why I've got a paper towel against my face. Anyway, I know I'm looking a little crazy right now. Just it'll be okay. So yes, my oldest son is getting married in August. So we are very excited about that. And I have to say, you know, people are like, oh, are you stressed? I'm sure you've had so much to do. We haven't, because Noelle is like, you know, really taking the reins on. Actually, I will probably use this paper towel to tap off excess. She is really doing everything for the wedding herself, like all the planning for the most part. And I have told her a million times, it's not for lack of offering my help, but she keeps saying, you know, I know once it gets closer I'll really need your help, but right now I'm good. So as long as she's good, if there's nothing I can help with, then okay. And I have to say though, like her mom and we have become really good friends over the years, and she included me every step of the way for the bridal shower and everything, like had me totally be part of the planning. We met at her house twice to go over stuff and just finalize things, and you know, all three of us together like worked on picking the menu for that day, and just all sorts of different, like the games, I was in charge of some of them and her mom was in charge of some of them. Like, it's just been really, really nice, because a lot of times I know like the groom's, you know, parents or mom or whatever don't really get included in a lot of that stuff, because a lot of it, you know, is about the bride, which is absolutely fine. I'm not saying anything negative about that, but I am just so thankful that they have wanted to include me. And Noelle's mom, Michelle, has 2 older sons, and the oldest is married, and you know, she's like, I know what it's like to have boys, or you know, have a son get married, and I wanted to make sure that since you don't have girls, that you get that feeling of having like a daughter that's getting married. So that is awesome. And like I said, Noelle has been around for so long that she, you know, already feels like a daughter to me, and so it does feel more like, you know, my daughter getting married too. So it's been really, really awesome. I cannot say enough about how blessed I feel that our families are combining, and just the relationship that we have. We actually met at my mom and dad's house a couple weekends ago, her parents and Brian and I, and then Gavin and Noelle, obviously, and my parents, just to go over where everything's going to be, the tent and the ceremony, and where the food trucks are going to be, and all that good stuff. And so it's been really cool. It's been a really cool experience. I'm so thankful for it. And so then aside from that, obviously getting stuff together to come to camp, and that's always a bit of a stress in itself, because we do come for 2 weeks. Camp officially starts like on a Thursday. It's 10 days long, but we come like the Sunday before, and so and stay. I do. Brian travels back and forth for work for a couple days, but then he's here, you know, for a few days before camp too. But and I love our nights before everyone gets here. Like, well, when he gets home from work, we usually eat, and then we go for a walk, because walking around this camp is like one of our absolute favorite things to do. And so we do that, and then we come back here, and usually one of our friends or a couple of our friends are bringing their trailers up, so we talk to them for a little bit, but they leave again. And then we watch Dateline on his laptop and have our coffee and stuff. It's just kind of like a tradition thing that we do. And so it's just a relaxed time, you know. And then we go to bed usually around 11 or so, because we try to go a little bit earlier, but it feels like we always end up watching something later than that, because then he heads out really early, like 5 in the morning, to head out for work. So I just get up behind him and lock the trailer door when he goes, and kiss him goodbye, and I go back to bed. And then I get up and do what I'm doing here, which today, obviously, I am recording, but yesterday was supposed to be a recording day, but I will leave that for the vlog, that you can see what happened and why it wasn't. But yeah, so that's what we do. And then so tomorrow's Wednesday, and so we got here on Sunday, and tomorrow he will only work a half day, and then he comes back, and then he takes me, because I'm here without a car right now, so I can't really go anywhere, which I'm absolutely fine with. You guys, I could be stuck here for weeks with no car and be absolutely fine. Like, I love being here so much, and there's people around and stuff. It's not like I'm here by myself. Like, our friends aren't here for camp yet, but there's people all over the grounds, like working on stuff, and people who are here early like we are, and stuff like that. So there's always people around, that if I had any sort of issue or anything, you know, there's people to go to. And but oh yeah, so he will take me tomorrow on Wednesday to my favorite thrift store. So that's always something I look extremely forward to while we're here. And then I always do like a haul for you guys. So if you have not seen yet, I will link up here. It's a video that I just did, and it's about some changes that are happening with my channel and things like that, and just some stuff that I really felt compelled to talk about. And but one of the things I talk about with the changes to the channel is there's going to be a lot of like thrifting content, because that is what I love. I love thrifting. I love putting together outfits. So that's kind of going to be what a lot of my channel is going to be about. And so I will definitely be doing a haul and, you know, try on and that kind of stuff for this trip to my favorite thrift store, because I usually do very, very well there. And I'm hoping to find some cool, unique pieces. I usually do. So excited about that. And other than that, like, I do a lot of reading while I'm here. And you'll see in my video where I'm going to show like what a typical day is like here. You know, we go to service and stuff, and there is like an afternoon, during like the full week, there are afternoon seminars if you're interested. So sometimes we go if it's like a topic that we, you know, are interested in and stuff like that. Those are in the afternoon, but there's service every morning, and I always watch from in here in the mornings while I get ready. And then, but we always go to service at night at the Tabernacle, because who in the world would not want to? It's so, the atmosphere, all the people, everybody praising together, like, there is something so amazing about that. Nothing else feels like that. And I love it so much. So I can't wait for camp to officially start so that we can get in there and be doing that. But other than that, like, we hang out with our friends for the most part. And I love that. Like, there's a group of 5 of us. So there's one of my friends is right next to us here. One's right behind us, and one's across from them, and then one's across the street right there. But we all kind of congregate together in the space in between the 2 of our friends that face each other right behind us here. And that's where we all sit and we all hang out all like afternoon basically. And then after service, we all come back and hang out at night. And then we come back in, and I read for a little bit and stuff before I go to bed. And if it's when I'm going to wash my hair, I take a shower, and then I lay down and read and that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I do. So after the wedding, the next big fun thing that we have is we have a concert on September 6th that Brian Riley and I are going to. Riley's our middle son, who's 21. And so that's something exciting to look forward to, because I always need, this is ridiculous, but I always need something really exciting to look forward to after camp, because I get really down about camp being over. I just love it so much. So I'm so excited to have the wedding, and that, because we get home, we have 2 weeks until the wedding. And I actually will be leaving from here the last Saturday of camp and going to the bachelorette party, and then coming back, and then we leave the next morning from here. But so I'm excited to have the wedding to look forward to, and then our concert coming up. So those are things that like make me have stuff to look forward to, so I don't feel so down about camp being done, because there's no way to describe it to people. It's something, there's a feeling here that is just like unlike anything else. And it's so funny because we all talk about it, like all of our friends and stuff, and people who end up like moving away and they travel back from out of state to come to this camp. I mean, there's just something special here. And so when I'm here, like I said, I am so at peace. I am so just quieted, you know. I don't have the typical stuff that is distracting me and taking my attention away from where it really should be. And it's just the most wonderful feeling. And so it's always hard to go back to, and I have a great life at home, I don't mean that, but it's just, my husband, any of, you know, people who come here and love it will tell you, like, there's just something about being here that just set your soul at peace. I don't know how else to explain it, in a way that you can't seem to find, you know, in the regular daily life. And so yeah, I'm excited to have some other things like to look forward to and stuff like that. And then my husband and I'm so disappointed though. I just found out today, last year was the first year that this conference that my husband has for work landed on my youngest son Asher's birthday. And he didn't care. When we got back, we took all of our kids to a Pistons game to like celebrate his birthday and stuff. And he's like, Mom, I really don't care. Well, then he was like messing with me and like, oh, it's too bad you weren't here for my birthday, you know, like, because he's, you know, he's Asher, he's got to do that. But this it used to be at the beginning of October was this conference, and it's so nice because I basically hang out in the hotel room during the day while my husband's at all of like the different seminars and stuff, and then in the evening we go out to eat and stuff like that. So it's such a cool little getaway for us, and it's over on the west side of Michigan, and in a town called Traverse City. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite town to be in or anything, but it is very near to our favorite town, Charlevoix, so we usually travel to there and stuff. And it's just a nice getaway. And the hotel room is already paid for anyway because of him having to go there for work, so it works perfect for me to just hang out in there. I usually film from there, and yeah, and like I said, and then in the evenings, once his stuff is done, we go out to eat and just, you know, explore around or whatever. But yeah, always used to be at the beginning of October, and it was great. Like around the 10th, 11th, 12th, I guess. So maybe that's more the middle, but you know what I mean. Well, last year they moved it to late in the month because Asher's birthday is October 26th. And this year, same thing. It's falling right when his birthday is, and it's his 18th birthday. So I'm really bummed. I know he is not going to care. And like Brian said, we'll take him and do something special when we get home or before or whatever. But I just hate that. I don't like being gone for his birthday. Whether he cares or not, I do. And so it's just, I don't know. But aside from that, we always do very much look forward to going on that little trip together. We just make it a little trip, you know. And so we've got that to look forward to at the end of October as well. And then, of course, my girls' shopping weekend is the first weekend in November, which that's a little bit too, because it's like we're going to get home, and then that next weekend I'm going to be heading out for girls' shopping weekend, which we're going to a totally different area this year, which will be interesting because we've been going to the same area for years and years. We only like 1 year did something different, and we didn't love it. So we'll see how we feel about it this year, but we decided to try something completely different. So I am excited to see like what that will be like. It's funny, we used to stay in hotels, and then we ended up a few years ago, my sister's like, what? Her and some friends had rented a house for the weekend and was like, oh my gosh, it was the best. Like, you don't have to worry about being quiet. Like, you can be loud and goofy and laughing all night, because that's what we were always worried about in hotels, like people getting mad at us because we're a huge group of us. There's usually 13 or so of us, and it's all the women 21 and older on my mom's side of the family. And so once you marry into the family and stuff, you get to be a part of it, so pretty fun. And but we're really loud. And so we ended up doing that 2 years ago. We rented a house for the first time, and it was the best thing ever. So we did that last year too, and that's what we'll do from now on. So we have one already booked for this year, but like I said, in a totally different area. But so we'll see what that's like. So always have that to look forward to in the holidays. I always say too, once camp is done, it's fall to me. Like, I'm ready to decorate for fall. I'm ready like for everything, for the weather to change, everything, because I don't like hot weather anyway. I can't stand summer. So I'm totally happy when summer is over. And I just love the feel of fall into all the holidays. Like, that is my time of year where I thrive. And so I always look very forward to that after camp is done. I have a friend here too. He's a teacher, and he also teaches drama. Well, it's funny because he does English. He's an English teacher, high school, like my sister is, English lit. And she teaches dance. He teaches drama. So they actually would have a lot in common if they got together. I think they would have a lot to talk about. But he is the same as me. He's like, I'm with you. I love the feeling of the holidays. In the same way, once camp is done, it's like, okay, because he's here too. Not right now, but they will be. And, you know, just like, he's right with me on all that. Like, the feeling down after camp and feeling down after Christmas, like the same kind of stuff. We like laugh about it, but yeah, so there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of good stuff going on in life. And will I say that everything's perfect right now? No, we've had a lot of very stressful, just life things going on. And they seem to be getting better in some ways. So I am very thankful for that. Lots of praying. And that makes my time here that much sweeter, because I'm just really putting that focus where it needs to be, like I said. And but that's part of life, and being able to navigate the hard stuff. And I know that even in the stuff that's difficult, God is good and he's got me. And so knowing I'm held by him is what gets me through some of the stuff that we've been dealing with lately. So but yeah, that's having that hope, having that focus. It changes everything. I know what it was like to live without that, and I will never go back. I never could. There's no way I could. Now, knowing what I know, you know, there's no way I could ever go back to that life. And I'm just so thankful that I'm out of that, and where I am now. So that is something I am very thankful for. Things to just get me through in times where I'm like at my very end and feel just extremely overwhelmed. You know, it's those times where I press into God harder, and what comes from that is just, it's not even something I can explain. It's just, I'm just so incredibly thankful for it. And now we are, it's so strange being at this stage of life. I was so excited that Asher is going to be here as much as he can this year. He's supposed to be hopefully starting a new job, but until it starts, he's like, I'm going to try to be at camp as much as I can. And the way they do it here, whatever grade you just finished is what program you're in here at camp. But when you are, like, we're a senior, you can choose to go back and do like the youth program for like the 12th grade year, or you can go move into young adults. And so I asked Asher what he wanted to do, and he's like, no, I want to stay in the youth program. It's my last chance to ever do it. And just some of the stuff that they get to do and stuff that once that's done, you know. And like they have a night spot at night. So they have their own services in the mornings. And then in the afternoon, there's different activities they sign up for, different sports or stuff like that. And like there's basketball tournaments and soccer and whatever different stuff. And then in the evenings, everyone, kids, young adults, youth, everybody is in the main tabernacle together for service, which is, that's what I'm saying, it's the coolest thing because it's everybody. Where in the mornings it's just like adults in there for the most part because there's the different programming for all the other ages. But at night, everyone starts in the tabernacle together. And then little kids at a certain point, after like worship and stuff, they get dismissed and they go out to like their kids' stuff. But the young adults and youth are all in the main tabernacle with all of us old people. And so that is something that I love, just that feel of that with everybody together. And so I was really happy that he decided that he wanted to stay in the youth program this year, because otherwise he would just have the young adult services in the morning, and then he could go to the afternoon seminars if he wanted to, but and then just service at night. So it's his last chance to be able to have all the activities with like the youth and stuff. So I think that's awesome that he wanted to be a part of that. They do in the after their service in the morning, they do small groups, and they do like small group kind of like Bible study type stuff, or like a topic kind of study. So I'm glad that he wants to be a part of all of that. So that makes me very happy. And oh, I was gonna do blue under my eyes. Guess who didn't? Because I'm talking, and apparently I can't talk and think at the same time. Shocker. Actually, I will just go ahead and run some over top of it. But yeah, so I'm very happy about being able to have Asher here this year as much as he can be, because next year, chances are good, he'll have a job that he doesn't have the ability to take off, you know, the time to be here. So like over the years, the kids have gotten, you know, the older boys, where it's like they're here maybe on the weekends, or maybe just for a day at some point, you know, just because it's kind of how it gets. And what's really cool is we've now started seeing like kids like my oldest son's age, friends of his from church and stuff and from here, now they're coming on their own, like that are married and stuff, and getting their own trailers and you know, different campers and whatever and are camping here. And so that's super cool to see, because there are so many generations of families here. And there are some cabins that stay here, which you will see in the vlog, because I will record some of that stuff to show you guys kind of what camp is like. So there are just generations and generations of families, because this camp has been here for over 100 years. And so it is the coolest thing ever. It's just, it's unexplainable. Inexplainable? Unexplainable? Yeah. But yes, I absolutely love everything about it. It makes me so happy to be here. I can hear people around here today. Must be doing stuff with trailers, so if they can hear me, well, maybe they think there's somebody else in here with me, who knows? Or they think I'm talking to myself, which I kind of am, but you know. But I know I'm talking to you guys. Okay, I went ahead and did my brows off camera because I hate doing my brows and I didn't want to try to talk during it. And you're going to hear noise because there's definitely people parking campers and stuff, so that's what that is, big loud trucks and all that good stuff. Anyway, when I say that this is church camp, what does that mean? Because I mean, that's like, okay. We belong to a missionary church. This is a missionary church camp, but it's not just missionary church people that are here, like not just people from our church. There are Wesleyan, Church of the Nazarene, several different churches, denominations that come here. So there are thousands of people on these campgrounds, and the majority of which are youth and kids. And so it's all the way from people who are probably like 100 to down to newborn. And there's nursery, there's, you know, nursery to age 2, then there's 3s and 4s, and then there's like the you know, preschool, kindergarten area. I mean, it goes through all the grades, all that kind of stuff. There's programming for everything. The church is all volunteer, or the camp is all volunteer run. Things are cleaned by volunteers, like all the bathrooms and that kind of stuff in the shower houses. There's a youth area at the front that has dorms for kids who want to come and stay in dorms. So maybe not necessarily their families are here, but they want to come and stay. And there's a big cafeteria where that's all volunteer run for the people cooking and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. The tabernacle at night, they asked for volunteers to sweep it after service. Just stuff like that. And Asher has been awesome about volunteering to do different stuff, clean the cafeteria and stuff different times. Like everybody pitches in somewhere. My friend Leanne, who camps right next to me right here, she is in charge of the nursery here. And so she's in charge of like staffing it for the time of camp. And so a group of us always work in there on the first Sunday of camp for the evening service. So I will be doing that again this year. And so we get to snuggle babies. What a terrible, hard job. I mean, I have been peed and spit up on for sure, but you know, stuff happens. Oh, I want to mention this mascara to you guys real quick. This is the Voluminous Superstar X Fiber Waterproof Mascara. I was looking online just for recommendations for the best waterproof mascara, and this came up. So it looks like this. And so it's a 2-step. So you have, you know, the first side here, and I've definitely found that blinking onto the wand is the way to do it. It coats the lashes really, really well. And I always do 2 coats, 2 curls of mascara, 2 curls and 2 coats of mascara. When I do my mascara, I don't have to with this because it's so good. And I'll show you guys in a minute. But anyway, so yeah, I usually work in the nursery, and then sometimes do, you know, like some other things. And then Brian started last year doing technology stuff. So he actually came up before camp, like before the Saturday before we came on Sunday. He came up and helped set up all the projectors and the screens and the main tabernacle, which you'll see when you see the vlog video. And he goes in and runs slides in the mornings, like the slides for the speakers and the like the people speaking and for the music and stuff, several mornings of camp. So that's kind of what he does, because he's a technology director for a school district, if you don't know, so he's familiar with that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's really cool to see how everybody comes together and takes on different tasks to make camp run the way it does. And it is amazing how smoothly this camp runs with so many people, how down pat they have everything with safety for kids and all that kind of stuff. Like the kids have wristbands that have their campsite number on it and stuff like that, so that you know, if somebody somehow gets wandering, people know exactly where they belong. Everybody is registered. Kids have to be, including like all the youth and stuff, even like Asher, because he's not 18 yet, has to be checked out to be able to leave from the grounds and checked back in to come back in, so that they know he's back. Just stuff like that, where they make sure that it's safe and they know who's here and they know, you know, like what's going on. And so it is really amazing the way this camp runs. Okay, so let me come up a little bit to show you. If you can see the difference in my lashes, like that's one coat. Who needs more than that? Like, it does so good. I love it. I'm just gonna throw on a little clear gloss and call it good. So this is my typical kind of makeup for camp. Nothing wild. This either comes out not at all or way too much. It's like it's a dangerous game you have to play with this lip gloss. Good deal. But those are my tales from the trailer for today for you. Hopefully you found something interesting in my ramblings, but thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I am just now going to turn the air back on for one, because I'm starting to sweat. And I've got some stuff to clean up in here. I decided last night to tear everything out of all the cupboards and rewash everything and just wash everything down. And I realized how I have so many dishes and stuff in here that we just don't use, especially now that it's typically just 3 of us here. I don't need like 18 cups and stuff like that. So I'm going to actually be offering those up to, you know, some other people and see if anybody wants them, or like our friend's kids who now she's married and her and her husband come and stay. Like maybe she doesn't have stuff in her camper that she could use it or something. But so that's kind of what I'm gonna do today, is finish getting this place cleaned up and ready. So then I'm just gonna relax and read and enjoy being here, because this is what I love. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon.